Yo, what up YouTube? What up UFC fans? There's a big fight on Friday. In the heavyweight division, we got Travis Brown versus Antonio Silva. Both of these guys are top flight heavyweight contenders. And they're gonna be fighting it out for you know, trying to move up that ladder, get a shot at Cain Velasquez, man. And speaking of Cain Velasquez, he knocked out Antonio Silva in Silva's last fight. So that'll tell you a lot about Cain Velasquez. He's got great punching power and, he's great on his feet. Whereas Antonio Silva, he's been knocked out 4 times, I believe, right? Actually, no. He got knocked out 3 times and 1 decision. So, in his 4 losses, Antonio Silva 16-4. 3 of them have come by KO, and the other one has been by decision. Whereas Travis Brown is undefeated. He's 13-0, 1 draw with Czech Congo, who's a tough fighter. And I never saw that fight, so it's hard for me to judge Travis Brown based on that draw. But Travis Brown has shown great punching power, as 9 of his 13 victories have been by knockout. That's almost 70%. And he's knocked out quality opposition like Stefan Struve, and he's definitely a force in the heavyweight division. So we have an interesting battle here. The younger Travis Brown versus the more experienced Antonio Silva. Antonio Silva actually beat Fedor Emelianenko, who was a legend. He also beat guys like Andrei Arlovsky, Mike Kyle. He's been top flight heavyweights before. However, he's also lost to top flight heavyweights like Fabricio Verdum, Daniel Cormier, and Cain Velasquez. And he's coming off back-to-back knockout losses against Daniel Cormier and Cain Velasquez. So that's really a bad sign for Antonio Silva, because coming off back-to-back knockout losses and you're fighting a puncher your next fight, that spells trouble, like real shit. He's gonna have a hard time striking with a guy like Travis Brown, who has shown to have a great amount of punching power. The way he knocked out Stefan Struve, he knocked him out. He landed 1 right hand and he was out cold. And the thing about it is Travis Brown has a good overhand right. And that's exactly what nailed Antonio Silva when he fought Daniel Cormier. Cormier hurt him with his first right hand, and that knocked Silva down, and then Cormier went on to knock him out in only the first round. So definitely I think Travis Brown will have an edge striking. I think, another thing about Antonio Silva is he's got such a big chin that, he's got a bigger target, right? So that makes him easier to hit. And that's bad news because, those gloves are so small, it's hard to block your whole face. So he's going to be open. And, the real secret is that you don't want to be on the ground with Antonio Silva. And I think the secret's out. I don't think Travis Brown is dumb enough to go into his guard. I believe he's going to keep it standing. And if he does, I think it's safe to say he's going to come out with a knockout victory. It's possible that he could be taken down. Silva's a much bigger guy. But this is going to be the first time Antonio Silva is going to be fighting. Well, I don't know if it's the first time, but it's going to be unusual for Antonio Silva to be fighting someone that's actually taller than him. And that's exactly what he's up against. Against Travis Brown, who's 6'7", and Bigfoot Silva is 6'4". So he's fighting someone taller with a big punch, behind those hands. So overall, I do favor Travis Brown to win by knockout. If you want to bet on an upset, you could say Antonio Silva by submission. But to do that, he needs to be able to take down Travis Brown. And you really have to look into the wrestling background of Brown to determine if that's possible. Overall, I think Travis Brown is going to have a pretty smooth time striking with Antonio Silva on his feet, and I think he can get a knockout in this fight. I'm predicting a first or second round knockout for Travis Brown. If that doesn't happen, I think Silva could pull out a decision, but it's really hard to say. I do favor Travis Brown in this one. So for now, it is what it is, guys. Peace out, take care.